because the students create a program. So after they've done their first assignment, then they're asked to develop their own project. And sometimes I see students wanting to do parent workshops with the idea that, you know, if we give families this information, then we'll fix them, or it'll be all right then, and, you know, we know best, so we should tell them what we have to do, or, you know, that's why, you know, they're failing as families or parents, so we have to give them this input. But I've got the feeling that with how I'm hearing you speak, that's not what this is about.
No, I think that it can be really, like, I think having that empathetic understanding and really thinking of what it would be like for a parent to attend with that view of an organisation saying, you're doing it wrong, this is what you need to be doing, and like, I would be, you know, walls up, barriers up, I would not be wanting to engage with that. And so I think making sure that you stick to that client-centered and strengths-based approach, that, you know, the parents are the experts in their lives and they know what they need a lot of the time, and sometimes it's just, you know, we come in with that guidance to shift perspective, or to, you know, give them new information or give them access to different resources they didn't have before. And really looking at like that holistic approach, in the sense that every, you know, they're the experts. There's so many unique families out there that one size doesn't fit all, and that every family, no matter where they are in the scheme, have strengths. And so building upon those is a really important focus.
Thanks for explaining that, Brittany, because I think that is not something that people think of about families. They don't always see the strengths, and every family has strengths, and often families who are living in high poverty situations, which is no fault of their own. You know, somebody might have lost a job in the family, or you know, there's a flood, and all of a sudden we've lost everything. That's no fault of their own, but it's happened to them, and then it's about thinking around supporting them and finding the resources that's going to help them to feel that they can provide a safe environment for their child, and to, you know, access those resources that they might need. So thank you for talking about that. So have I got this right, that the benefits, the people that benefit from this program, I mean, it's targeted to the families with the idea that supports, by providing that support to families, that then supports the children's well-being, but you also are thinking about the children in terms of play and social learning and things like that. Is that would be right?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we kind of look at three different aspects when it comes to the benefits of our program. So definitely parents in like their gaining of valuable parenting information, skills and knowledge, building connection with other parents who may be experiencing similar things as well. I think has been a huge benefit to quite a few of our groups. So I think it's so important for them to connect with other parents and build that supportive network around them as well, because then that helps to increase their resilience too. But then also for children, having a space that's safe for them, that can sometimes be outside of the home environment, outside of their school environment, that they can build connections with, you know, new workers, or you know, other children from different schools who may be going through similar situations, that can then also engage in different activities or different programs or learning within that like safe and nurturing space. But then also in community, so wanting to really foster connections within the community, and, you know, it comes through, you know, positive parenting practices and supporting, you know, children's development. And I think if we can focus on those two aspects, the community benefit kind of flows on from there.
So it's a two-way street. The community benefiting from those connections that the families are making, but also the community offering that benefit to the families. That's sort of reciprocal. So What influenced the design of the program and that use of that approach that you're taking? So was it something that you co-designed with the community, or was it based on practice-based wisdom, or research that you have, that you come as a professional come with?
So originally the program was designed by like the organisation mostly, because we saw a funding grant opportunity, and we had to quickly put something together. But as time has gone on, we kind of designed what the program structure would look like, but the actual content a lot of the time is based on research and input from community. So there is a lot of co-design aspects that go in place with the groups. So it can be as simple as we did a community research questionnaire, and we completed, I think, over 100 different surveys and looked at what the main areas and topics were that people were wanting programs for, but also just through discussions with people within the local area. One of our groups came from a discussion that a few people had with some parents when we were attending a community event, that they were saying how stressful it was for their daughters going, wanting to do a dancing program, but there was such a cost involved, in like the payment of lessons, needing the right shoes, the uniforms, having to work towards doing concerts. And so we worked with them to kind of discuss around what would better suit them or reduce barriers for them to potentially do, a dancing program. And that's kind of where our after school Dancing with Joe group came from, and it was just started with conversations with parents